Okay, so earlier in the week, Trump was doing some interview or something, and he was talking about immigrants, about how they have a lot of them have bad genes. That immigrants are like bad people because of their genetics. So I'm gonna play the CNN clip that kind of talks about it, and I'm gonna give my 2 cents about this issue. But I've always said, and if you can watch my videos, I've said this before, that if you're an immigrant, they're just gonna hate you no matter what. Even if you do stuff legally, they'll still hate you. For example, look at the Haitians. Came here legally. He doesn't want them here, and even though they did illegal, like I could hear the argument for illegal, but when people still do it legally, and you still don't want them, what's the issue? Oh yeah, they're black. They're black and they don't speak English. So what does that tell me? It's racism. People don't want to talk about it, but it is. If it's not racism, tell me why people can't come here even legally. So let me play this clip.
He's obsessed with the genetic composition of the murderers and the violent people who are in the country. We do have 13,000 murderers here. We have even more people here who committed sexual crimes, violent sexual crimes.
The genetic composition of murderers here in the United States who are American citizens. What should we do about that?
Fine. I think it's perfectly fine to acknowledge that there is a long body of research that there are some people who are genetically predisposed to violence, but
genetically predisposed to violence. All right. Hey, you know what? If this dude thinks that, but hey, man, don't blame me. It's my genetics, man. My genetics caused me to do this, to rob a bank. My genetics caused me to do a homicide. It was my genetics, man. It ain't me. I can't control my genetics. My genetics, they just make me a violent person. And again, I bet you he thinks those genetics are people of color. I don't know who this idiot is. My genetics want to slap the shit out of him.
Today, there has been an effort to make it seem like Donald Trump is saying something about immigrants when all he is commenting on are the violent murderers who are in the country. It's simply not true.
No. Oh, he's only talked about the bad ones? Oh, okay. So what about the people who ain't doing anything, like the Haitian immigrants? Yeah, get the hell out of here with that BS.
What's being said about him today?
Like, he's never said anything bad about people not do other kinds of immigrants. He's only talked about the murderers. Yeah. He's not saying, hey, I just only want to deport immigrants who committed violent crimes. Nah, he wants to deport everybody. Get out of here with this BS.
And I can't believe, honestly, what I'm hearing. I've seen people all day long.
You can't believe anything because you're an idiot.
Attacking Trump because he's worried that we have...
Oh, because he's your freaking, you're all about white power. They're attacking my leader. I can't believe it. Man, shut your ass up.
13,000 violent murders.
And you're talking about 13, look, he keeps bringing up this 13,000 violent murders. First of all, show me the data and show me the time span. 13,000 what? In a week? In a year? 10 years? 20 years? 30 years? 100 years? If you're going to bring up numbers, I'm going to tell you, hey, bring me the timeline and also the timeline of murderers of Americans doing it. And let's be real talk. The majority of violence in this country, it ain't done by immigrants. Do immigrants do stuff? Absolutely. But the majority, when you're walking down the street, who do you think is going to hurt you the most? 9 times out of 10 is somebody that's been here,
Attention, there are white people in this country who are committing far more murders than immigrants. And other Americans.
There's also white immigrants in the country too.
That Donald Trump is a white supremacist. He is
Facts.
delivering nativist language.
Facts. Again, I'm just going to stop here, man, and prove me wrong. Him, the Republican Party, anybody who's against immigration, the reason is because the color of your skin. You're too dark. They'll never like you. You can do everything right. They'll never want you here. That's what I'm telling you. If you're an immigrant or a person of color, fuck them. Do whatever the hell you want, man. Man, come on over, man. Don't listen to these idiots. They're gonna hate you no matter what. Part of the reason is because they're afraid of the replacement theory. You know, the white race is being replaced in the back of this little white guy's mind. And the same thing with Trump. They're like, oh, they're gonna replace us. They're gonna be more colored people than there are white people, and we can't have that. For the future of my white ass kids, I can't have non-colors or non-whites in this country. I got to get rid of them now. This is also the reason why they're pro or anti-abortion. You can't have all these white people having abortions. No. If all these white people keep having abortions, the white race ain't gonna, numbers ain't gonna be out there, you know? So that's part of the reason why they're against abortion. They want more white babies. This is also, if you hear, again, ask J.D. Vance. Look at any interview with J.D. Vance. What does he say? He wants people to have kids. He talks smack about them. If you're not having kids, he wants to take your right away. Why? Because he wants white people to have white kids. Again, this is what it is all about. I'm cutting through the BS, and I'm letting you know straight up. It's the little mind games because they're pussy with it. I keep it 100.
To appeal to genetic basis of behavior, that is a classic definition of what we mean
When
by
I
white
talk
supremacy.
about why does he keep doing this, it's because this is not the only time he's talked about this. He has said broadly that immigrants are poisoning the blood of this country. So that has also happened.
Look at his smug face. My genes just want to tear this dude apart, this little smug motherfucker. Don't worry, man. In 30, 40 years, you'll be gone, and you're gonna lose. I'm telling you this right now. The facts are facts. This country will be majority people of color. Just the numbers. Love it, hate it. It's gonna happen. Like I live in Texas. They project Texas to be by 2050 majority Hispanic. It's just the numbers, man. Hispanics have kids like crazy. You know, when you're talking about abortion, it ain't Hispanics going to the abortion clinic. I'm gonna tell you that much right now. They're popping. I got 7 sisters and a brother. You think abortion goes through our minds? You know how many nieces and nephews I got? I got like about 30. It ain't Hispanic. Hispanics are just having kids. You know, so that's what they're afraid of. You know, like, oh man, these damn brown people all over the damn place. Well, I'm gonna tell you this much: it's happening.
That's literally a white supremacist trope, by the way.
But I mean, you can't explain that away.
I think what Scott is saying is absolutely accurate when it comes to this being very unfair. There have been many cases when I'm on your show and other shows, and I will call out.
Oh, freaking cunt! They need to put a dick in your mouth. That's what you need. Look at that pretty
But I
face.
think it's wrong. But
That's how you got. Let me just be a former RNC national spokesman. Yeah, you got that job by bending over.
Because I don't think that's
Bending
what
over,
I'm saying.
taking it in the
And
ass.
This goes back to that nature versus nurture debate. This has nothing to do with race. I don't care whether it's a white person, a black person, an immigrant, an American. Somebody who kills somebody may actually have bad genes, and that's
Bad genes. I'll give you some of my genes, girl. Come over here. Bend over for me.
been studied for many, many years. We don't want people murdering people in this country.
I'll give you all my
Whether
genes.
Are born here or they come from somewhere else.
All over your
Certainly,
face.
when we already have
All over that pretty
black people in
Kim
our country,
Kardashian
people who are
face.
born here, we don't want we don't want over
He's not making that
we don't want
argument.
over 400,000 convicted criminals coming to this country and staying here for decades because, as we all know, we have a broken immigration.
You know, a criminal. Martin Luther King, he was a criminal. He got arrested like, 30 times, you know? Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that he got arrested for being black, you know, and protested. No. Criminal, he got arrested. Nelson Mandela, criminal. Was in prison for who knows how long, 30 years, you know? Criminal. It's like, not all crimes the same, you know, because you could be a criminal for things that aren't really, like, out of your control. Like, for example, in Cuba, you were a criminal if you were gay back in the day, in a bunch of countries. So when they said Cuba released all the criminals to come into Florida, a majority of people were just people who were just gay. Because again, at that time, being gay was a crime. Not just there, it was pretty much a crime in a lot of countries. Even the don't know if in the United States it was a crime to go to jail, but it was illegal to be openly gay, like in the military and in certain positions. And I think in England they would castrate you or make you take drugs if you were gay, because again they saw it as they didn't see it how they see it now. So just know, because something, you could be labeled a criminal for something that's not actually that when you would say that's a crime, you know. I'm trying to think of somebody else. You could be a criminal back in the day. All those civil rights activists, they were criminal. They broke the law. This sign says white only. Look at Rosa Parks sitting her black ass in the front of the bus. Criminal. Little Kim Kardashian bitch. Again, I'm gonna put my jeans all over that pretty face.
System in which we have a court backlog that extends up to
He's
a
not
decade,
making that
maybe more.
argument about people who are here.
Surely everyone at this table knows that the rate of immigrant crime is actually lower than the rate of crime by, but
No, they don't know that. They don't. Do you think facts matter to this pretty cunt? Hell no. All she cares about it's talking points and taking it up the ass.
a U.S.
So you're okay with
citizen.
13,000 murderers being in the country
That's
because of
not-
the rate of
That's not
crime?
really how it works.
That's
not
not
okay.
When
Hang on a second.
there's an immigrant, when
Hang on a
there's-
second, Jay, because I'll let you continue, but I just have to address, look, that number, it's wildly misleading to suggest that is a number that references a small period of time. That is like over the course of many decades.
I don't think anybody at this table.
See, you stupid cunt. Over so many years, 13,000, man. There's like what 500 in Houston alone, homicides every year. 13,000 in the United States over I don't know how many years you're talking about. And granted, there's just homicides all over. And again, not all homicides are the same. Manslaughter, first degree murder, second degree, whatever. You can't group all murders the same, because it messes it up. Because killing somebody because you're drunk driving, hey, you're a murderer, yeah, but it's not the same, Or killing somebody driving, but you weren't drunk, but you were recklessly driving, or you're just not a good driver, or who knows what. Again, not all murders the same. You stupid little cunt.
Talked about the records of crime. The fact is, they're here.
13,000.
Sorry, that's just my genes talking. I can't help it. My genes are they make me say certain things. You understand.
They've been here for decades. That's even worse.
13,000 people
It's not a violent crime.
were
But what y'all are missing is that you're
convicted.
not.
And you better be careful with your pretty ass, because you're a little too dark. She's a little bit too dark. She might get deported. Then she's getting away with it because she's kind of pretty. But I don't know. She looks kind of dark.
Incarcerated over the course of decades is not a sign that there is any greater incidence
You can't have me on these panels, man. I'll wreck these motherfuckers.
of crime.
Well, considering that we've seen the numbers quadruple of the
Natural
people coming in, we may
But
not
what
be
about
able
the
to.
people here? This is my point. What about the genetic makeup of people who are already
I have
in
a problem
America
with that
who are
too.
doing that?
And guess what? We
why
don't
is
want
it-
them
but wait a
here
minute, why is
out
your
in
point
the
is
streets
it-
free
why
either.
isn't it articulated?
Woo! You don't want. Who do you not want out in the streets? What kind of Americans do you not want on the streets? You want them in your mouth and in your ass and your pussy, bitch.
Articulated. Why isn't it repeated?
Because
Why
he's
isn't it
talking
made the basis
specifically about the
for his
open
argument?
border. He's not
Because
talking about
a
murderers in
moment ago-
general.
A moment ago, you said he wasn't talking about immigration. Now you're saying he is talking about immigration. The fact is,
He's
he is
asking why
lying.
we're not talking
He got
about other
asked-
criminals.
he is-
He got asked about immigration.
You know, Scott, you know full well that he has
We said he's
repeated
not
this
talking
lie.
about a specific
Guys,
race.
one at a time,
Years.
please.
He has repeated this lie for 80 years, that immigrants are in some way more prone to criminality, that they're less human, that they have bad blood, that they...
Yeah, and that's what they do. They dehumanize. That's what Hitler did. That's what the freaking Americans, when they came to this country, or the Europeans, they said, "Oh, these natives are savage. They're brutal. We have to get rid of them." Anytime they gotta get rid of a certain group of people, you dehumanize them, because it's easy to do whatever you want to them. Because if you just say, "Hey, they're less than human," hey man, we gotta get rid of them. They're bad. They got bad genes. Same with Hitler, with the groups that he gathered the Jews, the Gypsies, you know, all the groups that he says were inferior. Come on, man. Let's be real.
They have bad genetics. I don't understand how you can mince words around the racist nature of
He's
that.
not
He
saying
was
all
asked about.
immigrants, and
He
he's not
said.
racist.
He
His
said
wife's
when
an
he came
immigrant.
down the elevator, he said that Mexico was sending their rapists and their murderers. They're sending people
And these
who are
stats would tell us that a lot of
receiving
rapists and murderers have
at a
gone here.
lower rate than natural born.
you're
So
the
you're
one-
okay with them if it's a lower rate? That's the most ridiculous
I'm
thing I've
okay.
ever heard.
I don't
They
wanna-
want rape-
I mean, look, man. This freaking cunt. She's pissing me off. She's only on there because her pretty face. Prove me wrong that this little pretty thing. If she was an ugly ass bitch, she wouldn't be on this fucking platform. She ain't got no brain. Look, if you look at any percentage of people, there's gonna be bad people. You know, in any demographic. Hell, look at the freaking NFL. You could they got rapists and murderers. You could look at freaking the army. You know, there's always gonna be bad people in any group. I don't give a damn. Police officers, judges, or in the legal system, there's always gonna be bad people, no matter what. Catholic priest or anybody in the church. You freaking stupid cunt. Probably news anchors. How many news anchors have quit or been fired because of sexual assault? There's been a few. I think who was the last couple of people? I think they got rid of Bill O'Reilly. Trying to think that guy from NBC. I can't think of his name. Matt Lauer. They're all over the place. So it's just human nature. You got bad apples everywhere,
Rapists and murderers.
and you got some big old melons.
It's
Or
not
some nice looking melons.
If it's preventable that people come across
the
the
senator get in
border.
here. Go ahead, Al.
We don't go like, okay, you're a rapist, you're in. You're a rapist, you're okay, come on in. That's not how it works. I mean, these are people who are not brought in knowing that they are rapists. So there is such a thing as it turns out that, and I don't know, and I think Abby's right. This is over decades. And so many of these rapists came in when Donald Trump.
And so why haven't we gotten them out? That's the problem. I
Well,
mean, some of them have been
not
not
as
only convicted, they've been
many of them-
deported, and they're
they're-
still roaming the country.
No,
That's a huge
that's
problem.
that is not true.
No,
Okay,
some of
they
them
are-
have been
they are not
convicted
in
of
the
murder outside of their
custody.
countries. We find out about it later,
Listen,
and they get
the
deported,
numbers
and
that
they're still roaming the nation.
The
That's
numbers
a
that you're
fact.
referring to,
There are many
those
more migrants in
migrants
this country
are.
than immigrants will ever.
Oh man, she just wants to talk some smack. You can talk all that smack to me, baby.
Trust me, I
Michael,
don't want to.
I ain't trusting nobody.
Numbers are
Formation of
Michael,
white
hang
men
on
to
one
be
second.
seen as the perpetrators of violence that is extraordinary.
They
in this
need
country.
they need me on CNN. If you know somebody in CNN, tell them, hey, put them in the Ola effect over there, man. I'll make them go viral.
Is well documented, but you don't appeal to a genetic basis. This is classic white supremacy, and your justification of it is an extension of that line.
No one's talking about race. That's the problem.
No.
Genetics, bitch. What do you think genetics is?
We're talking about
You're
immigrants
just
and
not
bad
saying.
genetics and
You're
bad blood.
absolutely.
That is what race
We're not
When you
talking
talk
about
about
race. Not
genetic-
all
when you
immigrants
talk about
are
genetic basis of
minorities.
behavior,
Not
what do
every
you say?
immigrant's a minority.
Of
Any
course not.
immigrant that commits a crime, we want out of this country. I don't know how we could be arguing about that point right
Yeah,
there.
you know,
About
hang on a
black
second.
supremacist arguments about genetic.
Hang on a second. Let me
White
play just so that people understand. We've been talking about Trump's comments about immigrants over a course of time. He's been talking about this for a while and talking specifically about basically people's genetic makeup of the people who are coming to this country. Listen.
Nobody has any idea where these people are coming from. It's poisoning the blood of our country. They're poisoning the blood of our country. They're poisoning our country. A lot of it's about the genes, isn't it? Don't you believe? The racehorse theory, you think we're so different? You know, I believe in the racehorse theory. Fast horses produce fast horses.
Genes, man. It's the genes, man. It's my genes that I'm talking all this smack. And I'm gonna beat the hell out of this dude, and I'm gonna pound that other chick right there in the face. But it's just my genes. So you cannot be angry at me for my genes. I'm not to blame. It's my genes, you know. According to Trump, you know, according to these Republicans, I'm just using what they're saying against them, you know.
This is an old thing. This is an old
Yeah, if your daddy was a serial killer, then you're a serial killer. It's in the genes, you know. Oh, wait a minute, you know, how come that doesn't really play, you know, the truth, you know? It's freaking. Well, I guess he's thinking, you know, my daddy was rich, so I'm rich. It's in the genes. Yeah, that's why I'm rich. Nah, bro, it ain't. It's because you're rich because he gave you money, idiot. All right, man. I'm done clowning these idiots. Like I said, if you person of color, they hate you, you know. And I'm straight up about it. I don't sugarcoat shit. If they think of you as a freaking spick, wetback, nigger, chink, you whatever freaking name you could call it, that's how they think of you. They won't say it. They'll say, "Oh man, I just wish people would do stuff legally." And when they do stuff legally, you're like, "Well, I don't really like how it was done." I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" Think about it this way. Let's talk about slavery back in the day, back in the 1800s here in the U.S. I think that their argument. I'm not pro-slavery. I just think if you don't want to be a slave, you should do it. Stop being a slave the legal way. Just stop being a slave legally. You know. Until then, keep picking that cotton. But again, I'm not in favor of slavery, but I just think that they should not do it the legal. If you don't want to be a slave, do it the legal way. Quit running away from the plantation. Quit trying to do a civil war, rebel, and all this. No, man. There's a legal way of doing it. You know, look at it. That's how these idiots are. Oh yeah, you can come into this country legally. All right. So if it's all about legal or illegal, if I say, okay, we got open borders, it's 100% legal to just come across, just like how you go from Texas to Louisiana or from Germany to France, completely open. They were like, whoa, I'm not for that. But hey, you said all you give a damn is about it being legal. And now it is 100% legal. We said open borders. What's the problem now? Okay, well, I don't, now they'll let you know what the problem is. And again, it ain't about legal or illegal. It's about skin color, you know. Ain't no other way. And again, I'm gonna tell you this. If you was born in Gaza, Haiti, Afghanistan, some freaking war zone country, or some country like Ethiopia where there's famine, what would you do? Would you A, stay your ass there and most likely die, or B, get to walking? You know, me, I'm gonna get to walking. I'm a survivor. Human nature, since we've been human, is you move around. You don't stay put. I didn't get to choose where I was born. I'm sorry. I was just born here in the great state of Texas. I didn't get to choose this. You know, I got lucky. I'm sorry for you people who weren't lucky and you were born somewhere else, but you know, it is what it is. But if I wasn't born here, I would move here. I would move wherever I want. You know, it's Earth. You know, again, it should be for all people. It should be a human right that hey, if your livelihood is at it's a severe risk that you're gonna die, of course it's reasonable that you want to move. Also, let's say it wasn't, but financially there's just better opportunities somewhere else. Wouldn't you want to move? Yeah. For financial gains, yes. This is why even state to state people move, and yet they still bitch and whine about it. When people from California were moving to Texas, every freaking Texan I know was whining and crying. I can't have all these Californians moving over here. They're gonna make us all liberal. No. Man, shut your ass up. Hey, it's legal. If you want to move from point A to point B, hey, legal. Shut your ass up. I thought that was the issue. But yeah, you still want to cry. They're gonna hate you for being different no matter what. There's no arguing with them. So don't argue. Just do you. Get your paper, like I always say. Do whatever you want. Get your paper. Forget these idiots. get your power, get to the top, become financially independent. You know, and just forget this nonsense. It's all, again, it's the rich versus the poor. The majority of us, we're poor, and they got us fighting each other, and while they're freaking laughing at us. Again, disagree or agree? Let me know in the comments.